week. Well, the Ducks did what they needed to do and were expected to do against FCS opponent Missouri State on Saturday. However, it took some adjustments on the part of the Oregon coaching staff in order for Oregon to have success against the Bears.
Knowing that they were the underdog and they was coming out hunting for us, and it had to click to us to let's get going. We can't take any team lightly. So I mean, we made our adjustments on the sideline. Then of course, second half we came out with more adjustments to keep them to not score in the second half at all.
85 on the first drive, 217 at half, 289 at the end. So we got better as the game went on.
Missouri State came out and showed a completely different thing than they had done on film, and so our guys adjusted without any hiccups, pretty much. But just from a communication standpoint, that was a big test.
All right, the question now for Oregon, after we saw the way they opened the season and we had the last two games, I mean, are you a believer that they fixed some of the problems that they had in the LSU opener, and are they ready for Pac-12 play and going to Tucson to play Arizona?
Definitely. I think they are definitely ready. They fixed some things, as we've seen, and I think the biggest lesson we can take out of the LSU loss is that they are hungry now. They've tasted defeat and they don't like it. So they're ready for a tough game in Arizona.
And Arizona can light up the scoreboard and have lightened up the scoreboard against Oregon over the years. Nick Foles, we see him hooking up with Jaron Kreiner. Kreiner has been a key weapon against Oregon over the years.
Yes, he has. He's a very talented receiver, but I think the Ducks defense has faced talented receivers all season, or especially in the opener. And now they're ready to come out and be tough in a Pac-12 play.
All right, well, we'll see Saturday night in the desert. Still to come on Inside the Pac. We'll go back to more from around the Pac-12. And at the Rose Bowl, the Bruins get hooked by the horns. All right, the Pac-12 season is upon us. We've had some interesting results so far this season. Who impresses you most so far this season? So we'll start with you, Andiel.
I like Utah. I like their ability to play, their ability to they're good on offense and defense, and they know how to stick it out for the tough win.
Certainly, they're a blocked field goal against USC away from maybe being undefeated and having taken down the Trojans. They look pretty good. Jordan Wynn is a solid quarterback. What about you?
I think, yeah, you look over there in that other division where it could be Utah's to take, as USC can't win it this year. Even if they do, they can't go to the Pac-12 title game. We thought maybe Arizona State didn't look so hot out there in Illinois. So I like Utah out there, and I think still it's going to come down to Oregon and Stanford, which we'll see that one up on down on the farm coming up in a few weeks.
Yeah, myself, I have liked Utah from the beginning. I thought that they would go to the championship game from the South no matter what happened because, as you mentioned, USC cannot. We're just about to wrap up this edition of Inside the Pac, but the Beavers and Ducks begin conference play on Saturday. We'll check in with the Wildcats and Mr. Neuheisel and the Bruins up next. Both the Ducks and the Beavers begin Pac-12 play on Saturday. Oregon heads to the desert to face Arizona, while Oregon State hosts UCLA. Both have had intriguing matchups over the past few seasons.
I think it's a game that both teams look forward to. Certainly, they've set a standard here the last couple years. They played awfully well. They've had a very good team in all aspects. I think their offense gets a lot of credit, but they force into a lot of bad plays with their defense too.
We've had some very hard-fought games with Oregon State the last 2 years. Up there, we came all the way back, tied at 19-19, and they came down and scored at the end of the game to beat us. And this year it was 14-14, and we drove down and kicked one at the end to beat them. So that'll be another slugfest, like it always is.
And for the second year in a row, Andiel Brown's Oregon Gospel Choir won the Disney Gospel Choir Fest in Orlando. Congratulations, and there you brought the Mickey home again.
Yeah, we were fortunate enough to bring home some hardware.
All right, next week the Ducks at Arizona. The Beavers host the Bruins as Pac-12 play comes to the Willamette Valley.